So this is the first time that I'm ever doing a uncut video, an unedited, unfiltered, straight from start to finish of filming video. And I'm kind of nervous about it because I do and ah a lot, so please excuse my umming and ahhing and going off topic. I may be prone to more of this today as I have a concussion. Yay! You may be wondering, how did you get a concussion, Robin? Well, the story is, I was at my dress rehearsal for the show that I'm currently doing, which you may or may not be aware of. The show is called Under Derek's Bed, and we're performing at Arts Court Theatre in Ottawa. And in that show, I play pretty much the archetype of a manic pixie dream girl. So, but with a twist, yeah, with a twist. Oh, I'm already regretting the decision to not edit this video. But anyway, so, one of those things that a manic pixie dream girl often does is play the ukulele. So I have a ukulele, and I'm not very good at playing it, so I kind of overcompensate for that factor by rocking out really, really hard. So at our dress rehearsal, I had this part where I was playing all softly and beautifully, and then I bust into high-pitched rocking out. I pulled out my ukulele and somehow went right in my own face, right in my forehead with the ukulele as hard as possible. It made this super loud thunking sound, which the stage manager heard all the way up in the sound booth and everybody saw. And thinking it was a funny moment, I just clumsily finished the scene and then went off stage, banged into one wall, banged into the other wall, and then tripped over my own foot and fell on my face on my way out. I went to the doctor the day after the next day because all day at work the next day I had a huge headache and had a really hard time focusing on my computer screen. I also had a huge goose egg right in the middle of my forehead, which my colleague laughed at me about, and I laughed at myself about. Trying to explain this situation to the doctor was really funny to me because English was not her first language, and it went something like this. So I think I have a concussion. Oh, how did you do that? Well, I hit myself in the face with my own ukulele. You what? You, with a what? How did you do that? And then I did a whole bunch of tests with eyes, getting bright lights shone in them, and you know, the things that the doctors do, and sticking your arms out, seeing if they're straight or not. And she did say, yes, you definitely have a concussion. Take a week off work, which I totally wasn't expecting, but concussions are serious business apparently. And I'm supposed to stay at home in the dark, not watch TV, not go on the computer. Since my current job involves me on the computer the entire day, I can't work, which meant that I had the stupidest sick line call of my life on Wednesday, explaining to my boss that I had actually hit my skull really hard with a ukulele and couldn't come into work for a week because I had a concussion. I also was sent to the lab to do an x-ray because she thought maybe my skull was fractured. You can't really tell right now. I don't have too much showing there, which is great. The swelling has gone down tremendously. I thought for sure I was going to have a bright purple goose egg in the middle of my face for opening night. But luckily I did not, and I'm very, very grateful for that. So talking to a camera is basically the only thing I can do. Although I do have my Amy Poehler's oh, yes please on audiobooks that I can listen to, which is great. But looking at my phone gives me a headache. I'm also quite nauseous a lot of the time, so I'm limiting all my stuff. But anyway, one good piece of news that whoa, okay. Another piece of news is that I'm now the proud owner of this mannequin torso. Her name is Marie, and I went to the Target clearance sale last week or the week before. I wrote about it on my blog. It was a nightmare. But anyway, I bought Marie, and I love her, and I think I'm going to put her in one of my videos. She does have, whoa! She does have a bit of a doodah in her hoo-ha, which I need to unscrew for mounting purposes. Everything that sentence sounded ridiculous. Not that there's anything wrong with having a doodah in your hoo-ha. This is my concussed brain. Yeah, so I'm hoping that I can have some Vera videos with her friend Marie. There was something about her that spoke to me, just this unwanted woman torso in a pile at Target, and I felt I needed to rescue her. I don't know why, I don't know what compelled me to do it, but I needed this. In that moment, I needed this mannequin torso. So that's that. Third piece of news, which is so exciting for me, is that this YouTuber that I watch, Stefan Sanjati, had a giveaway contest. And I had been watching Stefan for a few weeks and had happened to mention him to my mother. So Stefan does makeup videos mostly, but also just kind of chatty videos, and also World of Warcraft game things, which I know nothing about, so I don't really watch those. Sorry, Stefan, but I really love your chatty videos. And I like to have him in the background while I'm doing stuff, because it's like having a friend there, and I love his personality, and he's beautiful. Like, he looks like a human unicorn. He's got lavender hair and the most beautiful sparkly eyes you've ever seen. And I told my mother about him. We had our weekly-ish phone call where we were kind of updating each other on things that we enjoy and what's been going on in life. And I happened to mention him to her and say that I really liked watching him and I really liked his personality, and he kind of like chilled me out when I would watch him on YouTube. And so she and my dad watched a couple of his videos, and then 2 days later she was on the subway on April 1st and she saw a guy with lavender hair off in the corner, and then she was, oh no, it couldn't be. And then she looked a little closer, and yes, it was Stefan. And I was, what? Seriously? Like, what? And then I thought she was pulling an April Fool's prank on me, because she told me this on April the 1st in a text message. She was, I saw Stefan Sanjati on the subway, and and we had a nice long chat. And I was, what? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. And then she did. So I called her and we talked, and she told me she did speak with him and that they had a really nice conversation, and she wasn't sure if she was weirding him out because she came up to him in public and said, excuse me, do you have a blog? And he said, oh, yeah. And it just showed me how small of a world it is and how much I love YouTube, because people with common interests can so easily link together and appreciate each other's work. And it's just really cool, just like seeing somebody on your screen that you found out of, who I don't even know how I found him, just out of nowhere. I was just browsing the YouTube videos, and there he was, and he was awesome, and then my mom meets him. And then I entered the contest, so it was a giveaway of stuff, and of like all these nice makeup things, and you had to share the video, and you had to like it and subscribe and be subscribed and comment on which item you'd like to receive the most. So my mom and I watched this video, and then we looked at all the things and we decided what we'd like the best, and we put a comment in, and I shared it on Twitter, and then I won! And I was, what? Seriously? All roads lead to Stefan somehow. Sorry if this is creepy, Stefan. Yeah. But I was thinking maybe I'll do a product review video or something when the stuff arrives. I'm really excited. Thank you so much, Stefan, partially for being really nice to my mother, and partially for contacting me and making my day, and then for also sending me a giant gift of stuff. That's amazing. So happy day. What else did I want to say? Oh yeah, also Stefan, if you do watch this video, my dad well, I called him this week to tell him partly about my concussion and partly that I'd won this contest, that my mom and I were mentioned in your giveaway video. I was so pumped about that, oh my gosh. And he said, oh, I'm gonna go down to because we know where Stefan works, okay? This is so creepy, I'm such a stalker. Oh my gosh. But we just happened to know because he told my mom, okay? It's not that stalkery, but my dad said, I'm gonna go down and see him at his work and shake his hand. What a nice young man. So Stefan, if a senior citizen, Scottish, chatty man comes up to you and shakes your hand, don't be scared. It's my dad. And he's a little strange, like the rest of my family. So yeah, just don't be scared. Oh yeah, and my show. Okay, so my show opened. Under Derek's Bed opened this past Friday, yep. We had a preview on Thursday. We were absolutely terrified Thursday because we didn't have half of our props or costumes ready. We had barely anything. We had one single audience member who came to the preview who was the girlfriend of one of our cast members, and we were all really scared. There was some crying in a corner by somebody about how nervous they were. But what I have discovered is that I have done a lot of theater now, and especially in Ottawa, I don't know why, but we always feel like we are not ready the day before, and then somehow things just magically poof together and we can breathe again. But knock on wood, because I hope that remains the case, because it's really scary. But anyway, opening night was great. We had a really great interactive audience. The show is pretty interactive. It's really fun, and it's really quite funny. So if you do live in Ottawa or are going to be in Ottawa or have friends who are going to be in Ottawa and you see this video and you're looking for something to do, please do come to see Under Derek's Bed at Arts Court Theatre. Our next shows are Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday we have a show at 2 p.m. and a show at 8 p.m. All the rest of the week it's 8 p.m. That's the only activity that I'm doing that is oh my gosh, what is it even called again? Non-concussion that is the one thing that I'm doing that is not good for my concussion, because I don't have an understudy, first of all. Second of all, the show would have to be cancelled if I couldn't do it, because my character is essential to the storyline. Also, I just really love this show. I love performing, and I would be really, really sad if we couldn't go on with the show. And it's really, really fun for me. And it's the one thing I get to do in the daytime that is not lying down staring at the ceiling in a dark space. So, yeah, come see my show. I hope you enjoyed this really random video. I enjoyed speaking with you, and I hope to see you sometime soon in my next video. Take care. Goodbye.